Today, an announcement of the most significant increase in tariffs to the level of 1910. The only way the Maine economy works is through resilience of every business who's here today and every business that navigates through this challenging period. Thank you to the business community for your resilience. I want to turn to our legislative leaders, but I also want to impart that the work that goes on in the legislature is not an academic exercise. The people who are here today experience it in their business every single decision that they're making. Right now, the Maine business community is grappling with the most generous paid family medical leave law that will be implemented next year, the most ambitious PFAS law in the country, the most aggressive extended producer responsibility law in the country, and is also, the legislature is considering, one of the most aggressive privacy laws in the country. Collectively, during a moment that we're watching economic data like the last pitch in the World Series, our economy is fragile, and it is important that we impart to the legislature that we provide the stability to continue to make our businesses thrive. The key areas that we should be focusing on are stabilization, unlocking housing, bringing the bipartisan leadership to what we heard from our business community, from voters, about trying to make a household budget work. Incredibly, while there is divisions in the legislature, it is remarkable about the commonalities when I hear from legislative leaders of what they have heard from their constituents. We look forward to partnering with the legislature to tackle these issues, and I am so pleased that Speaker Fecteau is in the position to bring that leadership to housing. It is the moment for Maine to unlock housing, bring solutions, affordable housing, all types, to bring jobs to our state, revenue to our state, and start addressing what has long languished in the state. I will turn to Speaker Fecteau, who has been a great partner and a leader on our housing issues. Speaker Fecteau.
Good morning. Thank you, Patrick, and thanks to everyone for being here this morning. It's great to be here to celebrate Business Day at the State House. I hope you'll have a chance to connect with legislators this morning, especially those near and around your districts where your footprints are. It's also great to see the new Commissioner of Economic and Community Development with us this morning. Really excited to welcome Commissioner Duguay, who I just had a chance to meet with for the first time, and we talked all things Biddeford, of course, but I know that his focus will be on improving our state's economy and providing support for businesses across our great state. I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Maine businesses, large and small, have an important role to play in our economy. From globally known brands like L.L.Bean and IDEX to Maine-based manufacturers like Flowfold and Tanbark, businesses across the state are making their mark through innovation, meaningful jobs, and using some good old-fashioned Maine ingenuity. Workers need childcare. Bath Iron Works has partnered with the Y in their area to provide childcare for their employees. Logistics challenges during and after the pandemic have shown the value of localizing supply chains. Mainers in Trenton sources 95% of the materials for their mittens and gloves from within the United States. Locally grown food will help insulate Maine from the supply chain disruptions. Springworks Farm, who I saw just a few moments ago in Lisbon, is an expanding business using aquaponic technology to grow local lettuce. In fact, I believe they're the largest aquaponics greenhouse in New England. Our economy is continuing to diversify. Outdoor recreation is a growing sector, $3.4 billion in positive economic impact, according to the most recent data. It is great to see the State of Maine Office of Outdoor Recreation here this morning. Shout out to my friend Jeff, the team over there. People who live in Maine, as well as those who come to visit, are taking advantage of our beautiful natural surroundings and spending money with Maine businesses and in Maine communities while they explore, expanding our tourism economy beyond the summer months to every season of the year. The Consensus Economic Forecasting Commission reported earlier this week that wage growth in Maine has been strong, especially for lower wage jobs, but our aging workforce continues to constrain labor availability. One of the things that is keeping new folks from being able to stay in Maine or move to Maine is our housing crisis, which Patrick alluded to just a few moments ago. Housing prices have increased 50% since 2020. If workers cannot find safe, affordable places to live, they lose and Maine businesses lose as well. During the pandemic, we saw an influx of federal money to help support housing production. Now that those funds are phasing out, it's time to find a sustainable source of ongoing funding so we can help keep building across our great state. I have a bill this session, and in fact it's being heard later today in the Taxation Committee, that aims to do just that by creating a sustainable source of funding by making a modest increase to the real estate transfer tax on homes that sell for more than $1 million. The additional revenue raised would go directly to a new housing production fund to help support the construction of new multifamily and single-family homes that Maine families can afford. Creating new housing across our state, attainable by folks from a variety of income levels, is critical to our continued economic growth and prosperity. The bottom line is we need more people in Maine's workforce. There's been plenty of press about the need to bring 75,000 new workers into Maine's labor force by 2030, and we have seen positive net migration in the past few years. Housing certainly isn't the only challenge we're facing, with so much uncertainty at the federal level right now, but it is an underlying factor in some of the greatest challenges we face in our state's economy. Maine businesses and Maine people are resilient. Patrick used that word a few times. And together we will figure out a path forward. I look forward to hearing from the Chamber, businesses here today and businesses who were not able to make it, and workers about what we can do to help Maine's economy remain strong, remain growing, because that's important to all of us. And I'm thankful for your voices, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I did not see the Commissioner. Commissioner, please come up here. Commissioner Duguay has been a leader with bringing energy infrastructure to Maine businesses, not a stranger to DECD, not a stranger to the City of Augusta, and we are so pleased that you've taken this role and so glad the Governor put your nomination forward and the legislature has unanimously confirmed you. Do you want to say a few words to the group, just a recognition of the business community?
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. As Patrick had pointed out, and also the Speaker, our real benefit here in Maine is that we are resilient, we're hardworking, and we have an incredible work ethic. And I realize there's some headwinds, but we will get through it, as we always do. And as I like to say, we've seen this before, we're Mainers. But I'm glad to be here back at DECD. It's been a little while since I've been here in the halls, and I look forward to working with every one of you. And please let me know how your businesses may be either impacted or potentially impacted by the actual tariffs, but also just the impending economic difficulties that they may be experiencing. And I look forward to meet with everyone here. And I do have an open door policy, so please introduce yourself and let me know how I can help you. Thank you so much. Patrick, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I started my morning with one of my favorite businesses, the Holy Donut in Portland, which was a key motivator for my kids to get to daycare for about 7 years. Thank you to the Holy Donut for saving me many mornings and for the donation of the donuts this morning. I also want to recognize MEMIC, who is our sponsor of the refreshments, Sarah Public Affairs, who's providing lunch, but also our partners with the regional chambers. I see Katie Doherty with the Kennebec Valley Regional Chamber. I also saw, who are you? Corey with the Brunswick-Topsham Regional Chamber. Thank you for your partnership in bringing your communities to Augusta. Now, it should be noted that last year we recognized 4 legislators for their bipartisan work to address the economy. We recognized Representative Solomon Millett, Representative Tiffany Roberts, Senator Baldacci, and Senator Farron. They embody the hard work that it takes to persevere through partisanship to work on efforts to promote the business community. Today we turn to recognize an equal partner in the administration. It may become a surprise of who we're about to recognize, but our Maine economy would not work without the public service of making the rules and regulations work for Maine businesses. It comes down to trust. And I think the 2 individuals that we're about to recognize really embody what it means to bring trust to the legislature and address our issues of today. Our first awardee is Dr. Michael Allen. He has had a long, distinguished career in public service and is widely respected in the legislature, but is probably unknown to many in the business community. Going back all the way to between 2014 and 2017, he was acting deputy commissioner. He has been the associate commissioner for tax policy since 2011. He assists the administration and the commissioner in developing, analyzing, and researching legal and economic impact tax policy issues and estimating the impacts of such policies on state revenues. His job could not be more important as we grapple with this uncertainty facing us today. He has modeled the Bureau's tax application to forecasting tax receipts, and prior to becoming director, Michael was staff economist with the U.S. Treasury Department's Office of Tax Analysis. Let me assure you, we are all better off, the state's economy, for individuals like Mike Allen who have stepped forward and brought the calling to public service to the work in these halls and before the tax committee. Please join me in recognizing Mike Allen as a business champion for the Maine State Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations. Please say a few words.
Thank you. It's not very often somebody from the tax department gets recognized, and especially from the business community, but I truly appreciate it. And I just want to say that I accept this honor really on behalf of all of my colleagues at Maine Revenue Services who are true public servants, some of the smartest, most dedicated, hardworking people I've known, and appreciate the governors and the legislators that I've worked with as well. Thank you.
Our second awardee is someone who has been with the department going all the way back to 2006. 20 years next year working on the behalf of the state's environment and our natural resources. There's so much expected from the Department of Environmental Protection. Not only protecting our natural resources, but really is at the driver's seat at looking at how to transform our energy to meet our climate requirements. Furthermore, she's tasked with accelerating efforts to move the state's economy, balancing economic growth with ensuring that our natural resources are protected, cutting through red tape where appropriate. I assure you sometimes the legislature tasks the department on contradictory efforts as well. And the only person who really can be navigating this is someone who has trust from the business community, trust from the legislature, and Commissioner Loisem has earned that trust. We don't always agree with the policy goals, but she always brings honesty and a dedication to public service into the role. Hard work. There are many times I've seen emails from her late at night, early in the morning. She will always pick up a phone call, be clear about when she disagrees and when she agrees. We are so appreciative of Commissioner Loisem confronting some of our state's biggest challenges and bringing a professionalism to this role. Please join me in recognizing Commissioner Loisem. Please say a few words.
When Patrick told me that the Chamber of Commerce was giving the DEP Commissioner an award, I told him I was flabbergasted, and remain so, but I'm also deeply honored. We always say that the economy and the environment go hand in hand, particularly here in Maine. We have some of the cleanest air and the cleanest water in the country. And we're really fortunate to have all of that work be done and supported by Maine's businesses. DEP is often blamed as being responsible for having negative effects on the economy and certainly impeding development. I know you all who spend time here in the halls have heard that. We are working really hard to change that reputation, and I hope that all of you will feel that sea change and appreciate all the support that you give to the department. When we reach out, the good, clear feedback that we get from you, because if there is a law in Maine that is supposed to protect the environment, but it's hurting Maine's businesses, then that law isn't working well, or that rule isn't working well. And I take really seriously understanding how we can make our laws and our rules work well for keeping our state beautiful and for supporting our economy. So thanks so much.
I want to conclude today by just recognizing a few individuals who have made the Chamber work, and that is the Chamber staff. Please raise your hand for all the Chamber staff who are here today. Melody Rousseau, Mark Ellis, I see Richard Ponte, Ashley Lusky, Jake LaChance, Linda Caprera. They are the best staff that is making the Chamber work every day. I also want to just pivot quickly and say that our partnership is only as good as the participation of the business community. Regularly, our testimony is guided by the input from you all. Please continue to give us your experiences, your challenges, because the legislature does listen to the business community when they bring their voices here before us. I want to recognize also a number of members of the board who are here with us. I see Jeff Bauer, I saw Kate Gore, former member Pete Connell. Thank you so much for your service. This organization is only as good as its participation from the business community. With that, I see Leader Katrina Smith. If you could please join us and provide a few remarks from the House Republicans. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, all. Thank you so much for being here on this rather Maine squirrely day. We appreciate your presence and we appreciate the diligence you have in supporting our business community throughout the state. We know that our businesses are the backbone of not only obviously the working force, but of our communities and the time that people give to our communities, supporting our teams, supporting our just the folks that live here in Maine. So we thank you for all the work that you do for us. We just want you to know that Republicans are working for you. We are trying to focus on ways that we can make reforms and regulations that make your life and your business easier. We are working diligently to attempt to make paid family leave a program that is not harming your business, but bringing some sort of positive spin to what your employees are seeking in their lives. We know that you have the best outlook for your employees, that you are looking to take care of them, and we respect that, and we're trying to make paid family leave something that doesn't hurt all parties. As well, we're working on budget reform. We're looking to make sure that taxes don't hit you hardest, don't hit your employees hardest. Maine needs to be a good place for all of us to coincide, and we're going to attempt to make some reforms that benefit us all. It's really important to us that we hear from you about what's happening with your employees, about what you're facing on a day-to-day basis. We're here in this State House and we're not hearing sometimes exactly what your concerns are, so please do not be afraid to come and speak to us, educate us on what we need to be educated about. I always say I'm not an expert, you guys are. So your voice is desperately needed in our chamber to make sure that we do the best thing for Maine, and we thank you for all the hard work you put in for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please enjoy the refreshments. Lunch will be here at about 11:30. I did want to recognize a few other chamber staff. Katie Clark, our communications director, Angela Ouellette, Katie Peasley, and Simon West as well. Thank you all for joining us today and for making the Maine economy work. Thank you, and enjoy Business Day at the State House.
I know this as a small business owner and as a member of my local chamber, it's so important to be able to use our voices to make sure that we have the best opportunities here in Maine. What is great about Maine is we have some of the largest businesses to some of the smallest businesses. And one thing that unites everyone is ensuring that folks are able to be here in Maine, whether it's affordable housing, affordable childcare, to making sure if someone has one idea that they might be able to start their own business, that they're able to be in a place in their life where they can take that leap and really be able to realize the American dream. One of the things I'm really excited about is actually my bill to increase the dependent exemption tax credit. So that's the child tax credit, which recognizes how those first years of life from 0 to 6 are not only so crucial, so pivotal, but also so expensive. We also have an amazing suite of bills about childcare. We all know how hard it is to be able to get folks to be able to come to work if they can't have their children well taken care of. So we have bills dealing with ensuring that parents can afford childcare, also tax credits for businesses that offer childcare, and really looking at how we can ensure that all folks are able to have kids here in Maine. I still think it was a great place to be a kid, and I know others think the same thing too. One thing that is really, really important for businesses is that we have a stable regulatory environment, that there's a foundation that we know we can count upon, whether that's business regulations or what we're seeing from the federal government. One thing I'm deeply concerned about is the impact on tariffs on not only my own business, but the economy of Maine. People know Maine for the quality of our products. These tariffs put that economy at risk, and in an uncertain time, it's so important that we have your voices involved in the process.
Hey everybody, Trey Stewart here, the Republican leader in the Maine Senate. Happy Business Day to the Maine State Chamber. Appreciate all of the folks who are able to make it in despite the weather. And certainly thanks to the Chamber for making sure that small business has a voice under the dome here in Augusta. It's critically important that you continue to help get the word out about what happens here and the impact that it'll have on your business. Small business in particular is the backbone of Maine's economy. Those aren't just words to me and the caucus that I represent and the people that I represent. It's reality. It's legitimate. You know, we hear those words all the time, but what does it really mean? Well, Republicans in the legislature, particularly Senate Republicans, are going to continue to fight every single day to make sure that you and your business and your family are represented here under the dome. That we're doing things that actually make it easier for you to continue to operate, create jobs, create opportunity, and expand here in Maine. That doesn't involve raising taxes. That doesn't involve making it harder for businesses to operate. It involves listening to the people who are out there and to try to do what we can to make it easier for them to create opportunities, to expand and create jobs, to provide stability for our communities that is the cornerstone of our society. So thank you for all that you're doing. When I say that we have your back, I mean it, and so do the people in my caucus and the Senate Republicans. We'll continue to fight for you. Thanks for showing up, and reach out anytime if there's ever anything that we can do to be of assistance.
Hi, I'm Representative Billy Bob Fockingham, leader of the House Republicans. Sorry that the weather prevented me from making it to your annual business day, but I just wanted to make a short video of support. Not only am I a supporter of Maine businesses, but I'm also an advocate. And there's a reason for that. I've got 3 children, and I want them to stay here in Maine. And to do that, we need good jobs and a good business environment and a thriving economy. And right now, we're not on track for that. We keep losing people. Our biggest export should be lobsters, not our children. And to take care of that, we need to lower energy costs, deal with taxes, have good health care, and improve housing in the state of Maine. To that end, I've put in bills for those different things. I put in a bill to tackle net energy billing, and it's something we need to get a grip on. We need to focus on reliable, low-cost energy in the state of Maine. Taxes are too high, and we've had another one put upon us. It's the Paid Family Medical Leave Act. Now, that's a good program for those businesses that can provide it, and many of you already do. But we should have a voluntary system like New Hampshire. I've put in a bill to do that. I've also put in another bill to delay it until 2027 because I don't think this program is going to be solvent. Healthcare. We need to pay our bills. We all believe that. But we also need to work towards getting more people on private insurance. The government insurance reimbursement rates just simply aren't enough. And I see our healthcare system crumbling. We need to do something to fix that. And last, housing. Where are people going to live if they can't afford houses? And part of that is regulation. So I've put in a bill to limit municipal impact fees. So I'm working on all the issues that are important to myself and businesses, because without you guys, my children aren't going to have a place to stay in Maine, and I don't want to see that happen. So I'll always be a supporter of Maine businesses and continue to work hard to improve the business economy here in the state of Maine so that you guys can improve the state of Maine and we can all thrive together. Thanks.